jumping right into the tutorial, we are going to use the Masquerade palette, and the first shade we're going to use from the palette is the shade Burkina, and that's kind of like a neutral warm shade-ish, and we're going to use that in the transition just so that we have something to layer down so that the foundation for our bold eye colors has something to blend in. So the next shade we're going to use is this deep magenta color called Zobo, and we are going to layer that right on top of the Burkina shade that we just laid down. I am going to work this color into the crease pretty in depth. I do want to make that color a little bit more bold and stand out towards the brown. The brown was definitely laid there for the transition so that everything blended seamlessly. So we want to just layer this magenta shade right on top so that it blends smoothly with our next lid shade. And I do take my time blending this out and building the color up. And on a flat shader brush, we are going to pick up the shade Bori, and it is this hot pink matte shade with gold flecks in it. Now you can't really see the gold flecks in this shadow, but it is a very matte, hot pink. And I do build this up quite a bit just because I want it to be very intense and very bold. So I just pack it on onto my lid. No, not really blending it onto my lid, but definitely just packing and stacking the color onto the lid. And I do also blend it out so that it's nice and seamless with our magenta shade so that everything blends flawlessly. And I do add a little bit of that brown shade back just so that it has something to mesh with. And I'm going to use the shade Giza to highlight my brow bone, and you guys know that I love a highlighted shimmery brow bone highlight as opposed to a matte one. And we're going to use the Wet n Wild Megaliner for the wing liner today, and that is in the shade, give me 1 second, it is in the shade Voltage Blue. It's this very bold blue color, and I think it pairs really well with this hot pink. It's a very statement color, I think. This eyeliner is not very long wearing, so if you have kind of watery eyes or if you get teary-eyed, it will fade pretty quickly, I have found. So I have really bad allergies, and I was just praying that my allergies didn't kick in as I was doing the wing liner. So I really think that this electric blue went very well with this hot pink. It's definitely out of my comfort zone. And I'm just going to take a Q-tip with some micellar water and just clean up anywhere there was not necessarily fallout, but when I was packing on the hot pink, I kind of packed it onto my lower lash line a little bit. So we're just cleaning that up. And we are going to try on, or put on rather, my favorite lashes, which are Grand Glamour lashes by Vegas Nay and Allure. And I've already put on my foundation and my blush. That hasn't changed very much, so I just decided to omit that part. And we are just using that brown shade on our lower lash line because we're just going to kind of smoke it out a little bit per se, just so that there's some balance between the top and the bottom. And then we're going to go into that magenta shade again, and I'm going to add a little bit to our lower lash line as well on a pencil brush. Like I said, just to give it a little bit more balance, we want to kind of match the top to the bottom. And we are going to use Makeup Geek's Full Spectrum Eyeliner in the shade Cobalt. I did actually have this color in my collection, so what are the odds, right? And I decided to use that in my waterline. And for highlight, we're going to use the Anastasia Beverly Hills X Nicole Guerrero kit. It is awesome. If you guys can get your hands on it, I definitely recommend it. My favorite shade is Daydream, which I am applying to the high points of my cheekbones. And I am going to highlight the bridge of my nose with it and a little bit on my Cupid's bow. Like I said, if you can get your hands on it, I definitely would recommend picking up this palette for sure. I really like it. It is a little bit glittery, but just tap off the excess and you should be fine. And for the lips, we are going to use Anastasia Beverly Hills in the shade Sepia. And I kind of thought this shade was a little bit different, but I guess because of my natural lip color, it looks more like a muted brown color with a, I don't know, like a grayish undertone, but it looks different on everybody. But I do like this color. And I'm just gonna add the shade Forever Lit to my lips so that everything looks a little bit more fancy and sparkly. I thought I didn't really want a matte lip, but wear a matte lip, you know what I'm saying? So that's going to complete today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It's out of my comfort zone. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.